She had not cried at the wedding. Not when her father avoided her eyes. Not when the village women whispered behind their veils. Not even when the old man placed her, trembling hand into his, and declared her married. At 19, Amina felt something inside her go quiet instead of breaking. The man she was given to, Hassan, was known across the town, but not in the way a young bride would hope. He was older, quiet, and distant. Some said he had once loved deeply and lost everything. Others said he was cold as stone. Amina believed the worst of the stories. The first night, she sat on the edge of the bed, her hands clenched in her lap, waiting. Her heart pounded so loudly she was sure he could hear it from outside the room. But when the door opened, Hassan didn't step toward her. Instead, he stopped near the doorway and said softly, "You don't have to be afraid." She didn't respond. "I won't touch you unless you ask me to," he added, placing a folded blanket on the far side of the room. "You can sleep here." "Or I can." That night, he slept on the floor. Days passed in uneasy silence. Amina stayed cautious, watching him from a distance. He never raised his voice, never demanded anything from her. He left early for work and returned late, always bringing something small, a bag of fruit, a piece of cloth, once even a book. Though she hadn't told him she could read, it confused her. Kindness wasn't something she had prepared for. One morning, a week after their wedding, the town buzzed with unusual excitement. People gathered near the central square, murmuring loudly. Amina heard her name whispered more than once. Her chest tightened. Had something gone wrong? Before she could ask, Hassan appeared at the doorway. "Come with me," he said gently. Fear rose again, sharp and familiar. But she followed. The crowd parted as they approached. Faces turned, curious and wide-eyed. In the center of the square stood something unexpected, a small building, freshly painted, its wooden sign still gleaming in the sunlight. Amina frowned, confused. Hassan stepped forward, then turned to her. "This is yours." She blinked. "Mine?" "A school," he said. "For girls. You once told your cousin you wanted to teach, but your father wouldn't allow it." Her breath caught. She had forgotten that moment, hadn't even known Hassan had heard of it. "I bought the land years ago," he continued quietly. "I didn't know for what, but when you came, I thought maybe this is what it was meant for." The crowd whispered louder now, astonished. Amina stared at the building, her heart racing for an entirely different reason. "You did this and for me?" "For your future," he corrected. "Not as my wife, as yourself." Tears welled in her eyes before she could stop them. All this time she had feared him. Built walls against a man who had never tried to break them, only waited patiently outside. "Why?" she whispered. Hassan hesitated, then said, "Because no one should feel